Had to wait for that cord to just stream its way right out there, folks. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. Start of a new work week, and sadly, but to me, hallelujah, a week away from vacation. We are sitting in St. Louis, and we're about to fly to Baltimore, Maryland. And hope you all are ready for a fun take it back in time to the day of the T-tail. When they flew, especially TWA and the 727s. Unfortunately, the St. Louis scenery we have here isn't completely back in time as well. Uh, while TWA operated here, they also used all of these gates that you could see over here where they could be. I mean, it was just wall to wall. But yeah, beautiful scenery made here. Metrolink rolling by there, very nice touch to those of us that live here and know it. However, who knew a year later this would change colors? But anyway, hey, but that was all at one time Ozark Airlines, for those of you that might know of that airline. TWA bought them out. Many said that may not have been a smart move by them, but watching all of the legacy airlines, you've heard me talk about this, crumble with deregulation. I'm talking Eastern, I'm talking um, um, Pan Am. I mean, some of those big airlines, Western and Braniff, I mean, they all got gobbled up and collapsed, either gobbled or collapsed when deregulation happens. Problem was, flying a 747 from Chicago to Baltimore, while great, isn't the most efficient use of a 747. It is gonna burn some serious fuel to get there. However, what TWA and a few others did, they gobbled up these smaller airlines like Ozark and helped intensify their domestic routing, because most of these airlines were entrenched to go to their hubs and then abroad. Well, TWA, while they still did that spoke in, spoke out deal, they stayed also very domestic, and there's where some of the airlines fell short. They couldn't generate their own customers. They had to pull from other airlines. Say, for instance, you flew from here to JFK. Then one of those old legacy airlines would then punch you across the ocean instead of that airline being here in St. Louis to do it like TWA did. Of course, this is a bad example because TWA pretty much owned the market here in St. Louis. But you get the kind of drift I'm going. So, but anyway, enough history. Let's get into the plane here, folks. Like I said, though, this is remarkable scenery, folks. Those of you like me from St. Louis can go, wow, that really, well, wait a minute, hold on. Some of the old scenery is coming through. Why is that? Huh. I just noticed that there at the main terminal. That's old scenery versus the new. That's a lot of weird things I've been seeing with it when I booted up this time. Not sure if somehow something got corrupted or deleted or what, but I just happened to notice that. But anyway, beautiful done, scenery otherwise, across the board across here. So let's get into the cockpit here, get this T-tail powered back, even though we got plenty of room for pushbacks today. Oh yeah, they are definitely some problems here, folks. We've got jetways. I kind of lined up wrong. That's why that's kind of weird. I wonder what's going on with the scenery. That is bizarre. Okay. Well, let's just do this and we're rid of it. Just the more I look, the more I find wrong with it, which I couldn't do prior. All right, so here we are in the three-holers cockpit, just for some fun, though. Okay, folks, back in the day of the 727, there was a crew of 3, your captain, first officer, and the man of the hour, the man that did all the work but hardly got paid anything or even much of the ado back there, the flight engineer. He's the one that made the 2 pretty boys up front look good. And just because they complained too much, they got rid of their position. So now the 2 pretty boys have to do all the work. Haha, that's what you get for opening your mouth, folks. Just kidding. Don't know if that's what happened, but when they got rid of the 727s, that was one of the final aircraft to have the 3-man crew. Couple still were out there, the 747-200, I believe the A330, I'm sorry, correction, A300. But folks, they pretty much went away then to the 2-man crew. And it was a cost thing, of course. Deregulation really made them have to look how to make money. Okay, so here we are. You know, folks, you know, y'all like your little G1000 all glass cockpits. Well, folks, this goes back in the day here to where you actually had to set steam gauges and rely on things. You know, it's a whole different type of flying back there, folks. You didn't have that little magenta line to fly that you do now in the NG and other type aircraft. So a lot different flying here. You relied on needles and dials and all of that good stuff. So, all right, so let's pull up a sim toolkit here and pre-brief. And folks, this would have been a phenomenal trip if we could have done it in X-Plane 12. Get to that here in our weather portion of our briefing in a minute. That's right, folks, we have weather. Do we have weather between us and Baltimore? Matter of fact, it may actually be on Baltimore by the time we get there. So we'll, like I said, we'll pre-brief that all out. You can get a little sense of it right there in that portion of the screen here on the end here. All right, so we're going to be flying out the Gateway 1 departure, standard VOR departure, to creep, to ape. That all can actually be flown VOR to VOR. Then we get into the RNAV and the reason for the FMS. I won't be flying with the INS systems, folks. Unfortunately, I have to draw the line there. I know so many of you want me to fly INS. I get it. I loved it when it worked, but boy, when it doesn't, it is frustrating beyond belief. And I just don't want those frustrations. I had enough of them back then, and I just don't want to go through it again. So you guys may have updated these programs just phenomenally. I can only imagine, Fearless, how great they are, but I'm not going through that because, man, that just irritated me. So we'll stick with something that keeps us relaxed, enjoyed, and chilled out for this run. So again, the NUSMM Anthem 3 arrival to runway 10 is what we expect. What we get, of course, we'll see at the other end. All right, real quick, let's pull up NavGraph. Folks, both of these products are phenomenal. Now, Sim Toolkit in itself is free. To add NavGraph to it, you have to have the subscription, which is fee-based. But most of us already are paying a fee if we want our sims up to date with real-world navigation data. So it's just a little extra to NavGraph, and you get the charts worldwide. That's the thing, folks. It's worldwide. So if I go down here to South America, I'm going to have charts. If I go over here to Africa, I'm going to have charts. And they're easily found in here. All you got to do is type the airport in. Poof. As the commercial for dog odors. Poof. But anyway, but they've added one interesting feature to it. And it was touted with the latest charts version 8 weather. I can now overlay the weather. Oh, now you get a little flavor of what's coming, folks. Look at this. This is a pretty impressive line. It started, I'm going to say maybe this. I'm not sure which portion of this actually started here. It just kind of blossomed. And then kind of during the early morning hours kind of brought itself back down, but not to any level because, folks, it has been like this really since last night here in St. Louis. So impressive, and it is knocking on the doorstep here. As we zoom down, where are we here? DC, Baltimore, right here. So you can see we're not far up. By the time we get there, technically the rampies may not even be able to bring the airplane into the gate because lightning will be within 5 miles. So anyway, so it's a great program. You can see right there, helps you out immensely with flight planning. Now, how do I get the flight in here? Just click import, go import from SimBrief. SimBrief, folks, is free. Just got to register. It's now with Navgraph, but it is actually free. Updates, just like everything else, and you get fantastic flight planning with it. So the only missing element is aircraft performances, but you get into that part of the dispatching. You understand that's really specific to usually type D aircraft, but you can generalize it. It's a lot to do, folks. So, but anyway, let's pull up ours. It's this one right here. There's our route. And here we go, folks. We're in St. Louis. Parked here at Charlie 29. So our game plan today, the runway is 29 for departure. 30 right is the arrivals. Why aren't we using 30 left? It's actually in real world NOTAM'd out of service. Much of it may not even be in the ground. They're actually redoing most of that runway, so I'm not sure if it's going to be lengthened or what. That I haven't been able to determine. A lot of work going on that runway, so we shoot off on 29 and we land on 30 right. So you can kind of get an idea how we're going to go. Basically, we'll go from here, we'll go down Charlie, cross over to Tango, and bring it right down to the end of the runway for takeoff. Interesting thing about this, there is a slope, folks, to this runway. From the interstate, it looks pretty impressive. So, upward slope. You can physically see it from the interstate. It's, like I said, pretty cool. So, designers, you just got a tip. A free one at that. All right, we're going to do the Gateway 1 departure, as you saw. So, we'll be going off. We'll be flying off initially. Let's see, we're going to head one of two ways. With us coming off 29, we can grab the St. Louis VOR, track it 094 to Twyla, and then out on the 076 to Bible Grove, and then you can see how it goes from there. 067 out to Shelbyville, and then 75 out to Creep. So pretty good run. Initials climb 5,000. I believe ATC is not up at this time, but we'll double check before we get anything rolling here. So again, from Troy over a sea. Did that make any sense to you all, folks? From Troy on the radio 76. Oh, or I missed or. I'm thinking, how do you go back to St. Louis to go? Oh my God. And you see why they have a loose nut behind the wheel. All right, so there we go there. All right, now up to, so there's how you get this set up and ready to roll. Let's get them out of here. And, oh, I need some toolkit, my bad. Let's get NavGraph out of here. And our loadout today, folks, is 129 people, 29,670 pounds. We're going to put just under 27,000 pounds of fuel aboard for a grand total of 158,218 pounds on takeoff. Looking for 33,000 at Mach 0.80. All right, so pretty good departure out of here, folks. Weather is fair to crummy here in St. Louis. Winds are kind of brisk at 12 out of the northwest, gusts to 21, and just some clouds just pestering us big time here in St. Louis. Over in the Baltimore area, there is an ATIS. Let's take a look at it. FlyJSim sounds like it's alive. 120 at 9. And what we look for here, we're not really worried about what the actual weather is other than ceilings and visibility. What are we landing and departing? That's what we're worried about 600 miles away. So we're landing right now on the 10. Okay, that's cool. Or 15 left. Let me see here. Let's pull NavGraph up. Pull up Baltimore real quick. What does 15 left look like? Whoa. They really say 15 left? Bear with me, I'm just going to the real world. 15 left, the short one. Okay, they really meant it. That's only 5,000 feet long, folks. I think that's going to be a little tough for the 727. Maybe not you skilled pretty boys up in the front seat, but this guy, it's pretty short for me. So we'll stick with 10. Which is here. Well, that's actually pretty good because we'll come off probably around Delta. Okay, so there you go, folks. There's our pre-brief. Let's get ready to go. Int'l, hello, sir. Welcome aboard Trans World Airlines Flight 312. Service to Baltimore. All right, so let's get this bird in the air. So like I said, we got 129 people. I have already loaded plus 2, and that's because we were getting so close on the 0 fuel weight here that I just put 2 more people in. I counted for 2 babies. We gave them a chair instead. And we got 3,700 pounds of cargo on board. Oh yeah, and our fuel is 27,000. Should give us a range of about 1,100 miles and an optimum altitude of 34,000 feet. So everything looks good for our trip. We're only 600, close to 700 miles. Piece of cake. All right, the other neat thing here is you do get a checklist with the FlyJSim. If you're interested, folks, in the FlyJSim, here's a link to it for you. I highly recommend it. I really like it. One caveat with it, though. There is a bug. You have to go in. I have not heard of an update. They have yet to fix it. I'm assuming once they get around to getting this updated for XP11, hopefully they'll get rid of it, but it's with the TCAS. You can get, there is with it a digital DCAS right here with your VSI. However, your plane will crash to desktop either pretty quick in flight or worse as you're about to land. Oh, the worst crash to desktop time out there. There's a fix. Well, a way around. Let's call it a workaround. Go into each one of your 727 folders and remove the XTCAS folder. I have directions on the YouTube videos I do with the 727 exactly how to do this. And once you get rid of it, folks, it flies great. Just one less thing you have, which technically, I mean, yeah, the FMC is very late in the years coming to the plane. Maybe a few had it. I don't know how many in FedEx may have had it. But that TCAS gauge, I'm not sure how many actually had it. So, but anyway, just so you know, that's me being completely honest, letting you know what's the word, transparent here with the plane. Beautiful plane. Oh yeah, there's no cabin behind you. That's a bummer. But other than that, folks, fantastic. I think flies pretty true as I've seen them in real life. I don't know the true performance specs in all of the plane, but as I've watched them, both watching the military versions, TWA, and a few others, they seem to use the right amount of runway and all of that. So I feel pretty confident that FlyJSim did a spot-on job. Just that one little hiccup. Even updating it with the skunk updater thing does not help, folks. If you do update it, just go back in, remove that XTCAS folder. Each aircraft, folks, there's 3 of them you get. The 100, 200 Advanced, and the 200 Freighter. So make sure you go into each of those folders and remove it. Okay, so with all of that in mind, let's show you the pre-flight here real quick. We've already done it. We're just going to pop the flight plan here in. Battery switch is here, that's on. We'll turn the APU on in a minute, but we turned ground power on. To do that, folks, over here you have some menu items. Here's your set options. You can set things like, do you want your yokes visible or not? Do you want... Don't play with this one, folks. This is how you get it to crash to desktop. And so forth. You can see all the neat things you can do here. Also, down below, there's where you turn your GPU on, turn your air card on, and believe me, it'll even tell you on the screen it takes 45 minutes. Minutes. Ooh, you know, I've watched it at Mid-America. Sometimes it does take the crew 45 minutes to figure out how to get it running. No, just kidding. Sorry, guys, couldn't resist. 45 seconds. So, like I said, they do a really good job. The other neat thing they do here, folks, you can go through and click on each of these. You can hear it clicking. If you come across the bulb that's burned out, guess what it'll say? Bulb replaced. Oh, so many in-flight emergencies I rolled on in the day. All because the bulb was burned out. And also, don't forget these guys, folks. They count too. I tried powering back once. We were up here. The number 2 would not show in reverse, but when you looked outside, it was. And you know what? The light bulb burned out. How about that? Came across some other ones, and I can't remember where they were. They really caught me. Some of them will really catch you off guard, what they've done. I forgot these guys over here. There we go. So, I mean, really, you're clicking literally the whole screen. So, but anyway, we've got all of that squared away. You saw the checklist. Emergency lights, they're here in the middle, right in the middle. Pack signs are on. Window heat now coming on. A lot of hot air in the cockpit here. And let's get our radio, radar, and transponders set. Okay. Radar is already set. Let me show you. I've just got the paddle up 5 degrees. We'll turn it on once we're not facing the terminal to radiate everybody inside. Radios. Oh, and I've got Sim Toolkit up on you guys here. Doggone. Hate when I do that. All right. For our departure, we need 116.0. Actually, I'm going to go 17. I'm going to come off St. Louis. So 117. And then 116. Actually, can I pick up Bible at that point? Should be able to. 109.0. Okay, and then unfortunately, we've explained it numerous times why we set both frequencies. It's kind of, you know, maddening, but when you look at it here, folks, okay, this is your nav1 information, okay? We're set on the HSI currently to 123. I'm going to change that here in a minute. But distance 9 miles. Okay, that is nav1. This big gauge that your eye catches is actually nav2's DME. Yeah. So if you want to see it here, you got to set it to the same frequency. Conversely, over here, HSI2 over here is showing nav2 information here and the DME off of nav1. Can we make it more confusing? Probably, but they haven't yet. All right, and I think we're 303. Okay, yeah, we are 303. And that's not what I want. Doggone it, I want 09 or 4. Okay, 09 or 4, that is correct. Okay, so we'll be flying off on a heading of 303. At 400 feet, we'll begin our turn towards the intercept of 094 off St. Louis to Twyla and then on course. Okay, so that's all set. Finally, parking brake set. We'll worry about the EPU here in a minute. Airplane's comfortable. We're on ground power, ground air. No need to burn any extra fuel. Okay, let's pull up the FMC one more time with the route so you all can catch up here that may have missed it. Okay, we are going to be route menu. KSTL. KBWI. And we are TWA 3, 2. Departure. Runway. Pay. 12 mini. Go back here. Departure. Gateway. Please tell me that's not. I was gonna say there's a whole bunch of them for that. Okay, so gateway creep off of 29. Good. Okay, so we'll head back to flight plan. Go to the next page. From creep, we go to 8. I always hit execute. Then NUSMM. NSMM. Execute. Now, A lot of schools of thought here, folks. I know we're going to fly the Anthem, but I don't yet know if it's probably 1-0 because we cannot land on 1-5 left. Dash 8s, oh yeah. Corporate, oh yeah. Maybe even some of your regional jets. Not this big pig. Nope. So I'm going to leave it right here. We're going to go to VNAV, check our data. Good. Next page, flight level 330. I always click execute, legs. Looks good, legs. And that is now programmed. We're ready to go, folks. Final checks here underway. Passenger signs, again, let's verify they're on. And let's fire up and go. What do you say? That's what I thought. Let me double check ATC. Actually, we'll just, you know what? I'm just going to come online and we're just going to fly. I believe I can fly. Although last time, well, we ended up a little short, if you all were with us. Okay, flight, FJS, and just getting my flight plan on file. Those pesky guys at the FAA, 26, we'll go 2015. Okay, currently our alternate is JFK, initial climb 5,000, then we'll go to flight level 330. 10 minutes later, don't have our PBN, RNAV, hang on. Are you? Yeah, some of these numbers would not be in here, folks. RVR will go 100. Oh, they want me to put TWA. Or I'll put AAL. Oh no, we'll go TWA. They can gig me if they want. And we are a Class C and a KLP, even though the aircraft probably didn't have cell calc. And we'll file. Alright, and while we're waiting for it all to connect up here, TWA 312 and a Boeing 722 coming on board. Now, some of you might be asking, why did I choose this side of the terminal? Why? Because we like you. No, because if I park on the other side, that's where everybody loves to go. So I find it better chances of nobody being on top of the plane on this side of the terminal. I don't know why the scenery is just not loaded right here. Wow. But yeah, loading on this side, folks, most people will take down in here, up in here, down here, and all of that. Me, I keep it simple. All right. While we're waiting for all of this to happen, let me get online with Virtual American. We'll talk about them in flight. Boy, did I leave something. I can read. Is it going to be something good, or are we in trouble? Still flying for y'all, so that should help you out in a little bit of it. Alright, and there we go. It is up and running. Alright. And as you can see in the windshield, folks, did I fib? Let's find out where they're hiding. See where they are? All right, folks. We are ready to light this popsicle stand up. So we got the passenger signs on, window heats on, cooler, real check over here. Okay, is set to normal. Pressurization right above us. 34,000. We set 1,000 feet high, so we got some room to work with as the airplane goes through the air. 140 is what Baltimore is at. 7,000 we set the cabin at, and we're in ground. APU, we'll get that in just a second. Takeoff warning. Basically, that's saying we're not ready for takeoff. Flaps aren't set, and so forth. So, Navcom altitude, I believe, is set. Yes. Parking brake, aileron, rudder trims are centered. And they are. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. It's hard to see some of this. There we go. Okay, and the fuel levers are in cutoff. Okay. APU start time. It's pretty simple, folks. Go to on. And I will be right back after the break. All right, folks, I'm going to take a few seconds here to again say thank you to our subscribers for, you know, coming alongside and helping us financially so that we can purchase new things for the stream. The one of the benefits, aside from doing a good thing, no, just kidding, and we do appreciate it, trust me, we really do. It all goes into the stream, but we do really appreciate you coming alongside and helping. So ad-free viewing comes to subscribers. And my laptop just sometimes has a mind of its own. Just came on off of mute on its own. I don't know what causes that. But anyway, thank you, subscribers. I hope the ad-free viewing is added benefit. And to you all that follow us, oh, thank you so much. We really can't be on the air without you all. So thank you for coming aboard. All right, real quick, I just got us online with the APU. Real quick, go through that because commercial break came up and my wife had a phone call. Basically, turn it on, go to start, hold it for about 3 or so seconds, let go. You'll watch your EGT here and climb. Now, I don't know why it keeps climbing sometimes and sometimes it drops. I don't get that. But either way, once you're spooled up, then you just close your generator by going up. Make sure with the up arrow. Come back over here. Make sure your essential power and your secondary down here is what I call it, are on APU now. Okay, and we are ready to fire them up. So let's put the, well, first off, let's go outside. Now you can see the air stair, I like to call the DB Cooper exit, is open. So all you do is shift F1 and it'll close it. Now, with the St. Louis scenery, they work with SAM 3, which is scenery animation, I think is what the SAM stands for. But it's real simple. Just click the green and look what's happening. The jetway's pulling away. And now we can crank them up. Also, if you're not sure how to do it, folks, here's how you do the APU. Go through here to make sure you're ready to go, which we're not, because I know the packs are still on. And we need to turn the packs off. We probably could get a start. But we're now above the 30. You got to kind of interpolate, but that's 30 right there. Engine bleeds are open, and then follow the instructions. And I like to do it from here. And we're going to go engine 3 first. Just make sure you pull the switch down. Make sure the start valve opens. And then we're watching N2, which right here is at 20. And away we go. And then we'll just repeat that for the other two. And it's right here, folks. So the oil pressure lights out. I wait for it to stabilize, and then I get the others going. Okay, and now I'll head over to number 1. Here's your start valve light. Just let you know the starter valve's open. Give you an idea so you know where 20 is. That's how I know it. It's right above it, right at N2 here, across from the N. So when I see it there, then I know we've crossed it. Again, what I say here is not for real world consumption. I'd love to see it, try it and see what happens. No, just kidding. All right, and then we're stabilized. Let's get that last engine going. Okay, the starter valve's open. See how it's right there where the N2 is? Boom. Coming alive with number 2. And then here's everything we do before takeoff. Some of these I use 2 other checklists, folks, in kind of concert with each other. Mainly, one's from a Piedmont Virtual. I don't show that one at all. That's proprietary in my opinion, so I leave it if you join Piedmont, have at it. You just won't see it on mine. And then I also have one from what's called Solaris. I don't know if that's a real virtual airline or not out there, but because you can get it from X-Plane, I have it on my AV tab, and it's just like this. And here's where we are. Okay, electrical, probe heat, anti-ice, flight controls, flaps, radar, and bugs. Okay, pretty simple stuff. However, as you noticed, it missed one thing. I'm going to get the electrics on the bus. Just in case, the APU decides to go kapooey on us. Folks, this is first generation, this first aircraft with the APU. And then, now, if you don't switch, notice the red light came on. Go to Gen 1, 2, or 3. We'll go 2. And then make sure you got your volts. And a good pilot would have turned his fuel pumps on first. A good airplane would have said, we ain't starting without fuel pumps turned on. But I'm glad they do that because, you know, we're flight simmers, folks. We're not... Some of us actually flew. I do have some hours, but... well, about 200 hours, but those guys have thousands of hours, so... Okay, so, we are... Okay, on... Okay, so, let's just bring it up. Pitot heat. Let's go back up here. Let's turn that all on. We're not going to need light instruments or set flight controls. Let's do that real quick. I'm not, as you've heard on a lot of streams, not a fan of this, folks. I prefer the one the 7.4 has, or if there is one like this for the 727, because I just did the ailerons. Do you see them moving? No. That's why I don't like it. But the rudder, oh, we don't have the hydraulics turned on. Let me show you that. I mean to show this a lot. Here's two ways to tell your hydraulics aren't working. Okay, notice the gauge. You got your rudder right here. These two arrows. They should both move. Hydraulic system not online. That's one way. Here's the other. Your lights are still on. So, come over here to the hydraulic panel. Turn on the A system. Okay, lights are out. Pressures are up. Let's come back. Let's look over there. Okay, all the lights are off here. Okay, cool. And there goes both of them working. But again, still nothing showing your ailerons. Okay, and altitude initial 5,000. And folks, we're ready to go. It looks like Indianapolis Center is online. So we're going to be picking up ATC pretty quick. Is their numbers 1195? Okay. I switched off so they would allow us to talk. Okay. And we are ready to go. Let's just go down the rest of the way. One thing I didn't show in pre-flight. Right up here at the top is your performance gauge. I forget what we can set to. 15? Actually, my flight plan had us at 15. Let's try it. 134, 134, 146. So V1, safety speed of 134. We rotate at 134. We climb out at 156 to 166. Flaps 15. Now, how do we make all of this work? Well, right here, set the bugs. The bugs are set. Okay, set the trim. Come down here and go click, and you're in the trim. Okay, let me just double check everything. Pack coming on. Galley power on. Okay, electricals on, fuel heat, hydraulics, APU, we did turn off, didn't we? Yes. And pressure is set for, and we're ready to taxi, folks. So, in order to do that, we are going to power back. So what we'll do, we're going to push back, slightly angle, and go out on this line in the back. All right, and all we do is put it in reverse thrust. Release the brakes. Okay, don't use your brakes. Set them real quick. Okay, before taxi, electric probes, flight controls check, flaps 1, 2, 3. Weather radar on. EPR and transponder set. Transponder, by the way, folks, is on the overhead. So when you do this, like most of us will do, where's the transponder? It's right up here, folks. Okay, and finally, I am not a big fan of it over on the either here or pulling it up by AvTab. Before takeoff, departure plan, oil cooler will set, and all of that. Let's get going. St. Louis traffic, TWA 312, taxi 229. Yeah, I just really don't know what's wrong with the scenery of this. I don't remember either, so I may have to reload it. Let me get some lights on out here. Taxi and turn-offs. It's like both sceneries are blended through, because even the lines are all screwy. Alright folks, but yeah, this all was back in the early 2000s, just before TWA got gobbled by American. Out here, I talk of this a lot, used to be a parking lot before they did all of this W1W stuff to get 2.9, a couple of other things in place, and love sitting out there and watching aircraft. Of course, you know, you have an open parking lot like that. What do you think's going to happen? Yep, problems. Part of the reason it's no longer. That and the fact they made a tunnel out there. But it was just a great place to go and watch the sheer... I mean, I know those of you that live in like Baltimore, Cincinnati, JFK area, you're used to heavy traffic. That's the kind of, well, we didn't have as heavy as JFK, but we had a solid stream, either inbound or outbound, depending on which cycle we were on, the spoke in or the spoke out. And boy, it was just amazing to watch the heavies come in. Oh, it was just a great time out there. But like I said, it happened. So that really bothers me, the scenery. I'll have to figure out what I did wrong. All right, folks, and we'll be right back after the break again. But if you're new to the channel, hey, we'd love you to smash follow and follow along. You'll get an email letting you know of the upcoming flights.
St. Louis traffic, Delta 29 is a left downwind for runway 30 right, about 35 miles out.
Okay. Believe it or not, folks, we do have controllers on FJS that don't believe in this runway right here, 624, but it does get used. Maybe by the regional aircraft more than the airliners, but folks, when storms are in the area, it's sometimes the only runway they can get aircraft in on. So, yeah, FJS controllers, understand this is an active runway there. Right now, I get it. This one is not. He's coming in Delta on a closed runway in the real world. Oh my, but it's not the real world. Welcome back, folks. Flying with Mike. We're number 2 for runway 29. But you can see now, you see that slope, folks? That is real world. Wow, they actually, I didn't think they modeled it, but they sure did. So now sometimes you see why you might want to go to page 2 on your performance data in the new FMCs, folks. Because that's going to take a little more oomph to get you moving. Unless you're just a toga guy and just simply go toga. All right, we're at the runway. Let's run these before takeoff's oil cooler. Here, let me do it from over here. It's a lot easier. Let's see. Yaw dampers have been checked. Flaps, controls, set, speed brakes, flap warnings checked. Hydraulics and auto pack. Okay. Somehow, I don't think that aircraft is with Adria, considering that's about 3,000 miles away.
St. Louis traffic, Thurgood 2322, departing runway 29.
Clear to go. St. Louis traffic, TWA 312 lining up in wait on 29. Set the brakes, final checks. APU fuel valves closed, cabin doors locked, take off data. Real quick review, folks, while we're in the countdown here. V1, 133, that's our safety speed. Rotate 133, climb out 145. And put that away. Got 30 seconds.
St. Louis traffic, Delta 729's on 10 nautical mile final for runway 30 right.
Okay, and CSD double check. Normal packs. I'm gonna go ahead and go off. It's about time to go for takeoff. St. Louis traffic, TWA 312, departing runway 29. $80 knots. Takeoff power set. Speed cross-checked.
B1, rotate.
Okay, we're airborne. Get the first notch of flaps in. Get our landing gear turned off and do a quick flyby. Okay, GPS switch on. Okay, and switching to IAS here in a minute. Okay, let's do our after takeoff checks. Ignition's on, no smoking landing, gears up and off, flaps are up, auto pack to cutout and pack coming on. I forgot about the 5,000 foot cutoff. Heard the horn, but didn't get to it quick enough. There we go, and we are now climbing. I'm trying to get a good read if we're headed direct to Twyla. I don't think we are. But we'll come over, Troy. Okay, and go ahead and get rid of that real quick. Checklist. Okay, climb at 92, which I think we've maybe just a smidge more. Till we hit 10,000, we'll stay under 250. Then we'll accelerate to... Wait a minute. Let's try. We climbed to 280. All right, let's get the nose down. Go to BS. Back to IAS, and on we go. And again, that's all spelled out right here, folks. Then once we get to around flight level 290, we'll hold Mach 0.78. Level off, push up to Mach 0.80. That's as far as this little speed bug works, folks. It is not meant to control your speed, so you're not setting Mach 0.80. You're going to set your throttles, and with the throttles, set it to maintain. So that's you doing that. All right, and finally, auto packs, fuel, air. Let's get in here and look at our pressure. Oh, we gotta get our lights off. Hang on a second, folks. Okay. And won't have to worry too much about transition because we're already set to 2992, and we're ready to continue on. We're just waiting for Indy Center to come alive. Alright, but for the most part, I mean, other than that little hiccup with the speed, that's actually one of the better departures we've done with this plane. Let's see, did I miss anything? Other than, let's close up the doors a little more. Okay. Okay, and for those curious, I actually do have a checklist that says the inboard lights stay on to 18,000 feet. That one I'm not really sure why. No, we're above 18, so hang on a second. We'll kill the lights. Daylight, it's not a big deal. Nighttime, it can be because it is right under seats. I'm guessing it's these lights they want left on. These are considered outboard, I would assume. Like I said, today would be a phenomenal day to do this in X-Plane 12. Okay, 20,000 feet, away we go, folks. All right, and now the neat thing here, folks, you can just kind of set it, kind of, I went the wrong way. You can do cross fixes like this off of Centralia to know where you are along the way. I try to keep my heading carrot pretty close to our track. Just for some reason, and it happens, you hear it, folks that fly on FJS. My FMC is screwing up. Well, if you got heading select and your heading set, boom, you're set to go. Keep it on while you make, get it back on track and figure out what's going on. But if you don't, you gotta get that set first before you can then take care of the other problem. Okay, so we got about an hour and 10 minutes. We got about another 7,000 or so feet to go. So we'll just kind of enjoy it, folks. I assume we're going to be getting called upon by Indy here soon. Do you have any volumes I need to make sure are turned up? Okay. And again, it's just maintaining the speed, folks, by the way the nose is pitched. But again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. If you're new to the channel, I seem to be doing this when we're in commercial breaks, but if you're new here and you like the content you see, hey, we'd love you to smash that follow button. If you're watching us on a YouTube replay, would love for you to smash the like button and the subscribe. Both options, folks, do the same thing in each platform I mentioned. What it'll do is let you know when we're either live on Twitch, as with the follow, or a new video has come out for the YouTubers. And the like just lets us know to keep that up. So we really appreciate it, folks. And if you all click that bell, you'll definitely get notified. And if you want to take it a step further, we don't push that, folks. But hey, you can always subscribe to benefit ad-free viewing. Plus, you're helping us to be able to purchase new items for the stream. That's how the Fearless 747 a couple of weeks ago was purchased, to get us to Kaitak. And other places we've used it. Plus the A320 Neo and 19, along with this aircraft. Folks, we do put it right in. We're going to be flying later this week into Atlanta. We have a scenery that we have with Atlanta. I mean, the default sceneries in X-Plane, the airports look doggone good, Atlanta especially, and so that helps us to buy that. And there's our contact, 119.55. Ooh, let's see if we can. There we go. And let me get my piece of paper ready, because he's going to rattle off some stuff. And a pen. Indianapolis Center, TWA 312 with you. We're climbing through fly level 2904330.
TWA 312, Indy, squawk 5732.
5732 for TWA 312. Up there I went, folks. See, went instinctively right to the bottom. Almost at 29,000 to Mach 0.80. But we're at 0.78, so we'll come down here, put it in Mach hold, and it's just doing the same thing it has been, folks. It's now going to be using the Mach numbers to...
I apologize, who's that? Where are you? Okay, if you're in Charlotte, you're nowhere near Myers Base.
I'm trying to figure out, should I ask him if we're visible on the scope? That's just getting meaner and meaner looking out east here, folks. Ooh, we're going to be putting the seatbelt sign on. We're going to go ahead and turn it off now, I think. No, or not that far from cruise. Ooh, it is just looking brutal, folks. We'll show it to you here in a second. Okay, we'll go to 109 for now. Let me pull up some frequencies. $65. So 15. I don't think we're in range yet, but oops. I have been told other sims cannot do that without camera products. I did not know that. To listen to them, they're the latest, greatest thing before sliced bread ever was invented. And I didn't know that. All right, we're going to get leveled off here, get our power set, and then we're going to do a little comparison well, we can't really...
KBWI 312, I can't remember if I said it, but you were radar contact
okay.
Now 40 northeast of Bible Grove at out of 23.5.
KBWI 312 copies. No, we hadn't heard from you, but that's okay. I was screwing up big time last time, so... We're human. We all make mistakes. Anyway, folks, once we level off here, we're going to do a little compare, contrast as best we can. Y'all know now what X-Plane 12 version 0.06 looks like. We've gotten you through beta 4. I don't know if there's any more out there, folks, to be totally honest.
Delta 1928, clear back to Getty.
I am going to turn him down just a bit.
Clear direct to Getty, Golf Echo Delta Yankee, Delta 1928.
Okay, just about there. Let's get our... Now, what I do here, folks, I set the carrot here, the speed bug, that some people call it, to 0.8. What that does is it gives my eye where to look for it. And then I'll let the aircraft, now it's building up speed in level flight. And then with the throttle, I'm going to control it to 0.8. And we're going to probably dial back to 190 up here. I think it's 1.9 is what it technically is. I call it 190. Almost there. Okay, we'll kind of, we're still speeding up. Okay, let's do this. All right, now we all know what the clouds look like. They're a lot more puffier, more, as Austin would say, volumetric in look. Never heard that term from them, did you? But I'm going to tell you right now, these clouds don't look bad at all. So that's your difference, though. Now, what would be neat here is to see the volume going this way, because these are thunderstorms, folks. Actually, where we're at, we're not yet to them, but we're getting awful doggone close. Like I said, today would have been the perfect day. Okay, you can see now we're getting above that speed bug. So we'll pull back, say to 180 and see how that does. And folks, this changes. When we turn a heading, now we're turning differently to the atmosphere's winds. So the aircraft's being pushed and pulled in different directions. I don't know if it gets pulled, but you get what I'm saying. That's still coming up, so we can pull back even more. Currently, our wind for this flight was 252, so we've got a tailwind, and it's at 36 knots. Now, we do not have any step climbs in the plan here, folks. So we run into anything, we run into it. Okay, so we're going to fly just under.
So it's a 1928 back in cockpit. Roger.
Just under Indy, just above Cincy. Actually, empty. Yeah, that, just either right over or very close to Dayton, Ohio. And that's where the back edge of this starts.
Indy Center, roll 52. What was the call sign?
Roll 52, I'm at
And
Stanford
we'll be
Field with
2017. Welcome aboard TWA Flight 312 service to Baltimore. And if you pull up SimAware or
Columbus,
anything aviation related, Sky Vector and all, make sure the weather's on. And
directed jackets
hang on, folks.
for the
He's
jackets
loud
to arrival. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 28. Expect flight level 290.
So yeah, pull up the weather. Got some nice severe storms coming ahead.
4553.
And speaking
Roll
of
52, copy,
which,
clear to Columbus by the strip 5, departure strip transition. Jackets to arrival, climb maintain 5,000.
got two separate lines roughly to go through.
Departure with you is squawk 4553, roll 52.
Roll 52, read back correct. Aegis X-rays concurrent. The wind's 25016, gust 25, altimeter 29079.
279, roll 52, thank you.
And folks, I don't mention this a lot, but hey, if you're interested,
Roll 52,
head on up here with us. I think we have somebody ahead of us. I've seen him on several streams. Appreciate you coming along, flying the same route. Flag 2342, I believe, is the call sign. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you. Help find us the gentlest route to go. No, this isn't Air Force One.
Delta 1928, descend maintain flight level 340. Maintain flight level 340, Delta.
So, hope y'all enjoyed. Love for y'all to come up. Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Columbus. Folks, good flights from there, even into our destination. We're picking East Coast. We're just, hey, folks, just get up and fly. You know, I am not picky. So, I am going to get things ready for our arrival. Could do the RNAV. Let's see first off what I'm gonna bring. What did we just have happen
In
here?
668, just tuned 100 bits.
Well, Int'l, thank you so much for the 100 bits. We sure appreciate you coming in. You are just awesome here to the community. We sure appreciate you. And again, thanks for that cheer of 100 bits. That is awesome as we continue on.
That's fine. Your taxi can still stand just as I was doing your vehicle start moving in. We'll do that real quick too.
All right, folks, and let me get some toolkit. Are we? Yeah, we're where I want to be. Let me bring that up here real quick. Let's get into this arrival brief real quick. I don't know what's going to happen when we get out there. Okay, as I alluded to, folks, here's what's staring us down around the Columbus area. Got another line here real quick. You can see it. It won't. I've got it set to follow me, so.
1928 across Getty at flight level 2.
And then yet a third line. This one looks pretty wicked, and it's about to come over Baltimore. Hopefully it'll clear by the time we get there. Could be some fun if the flight sims match METAR wise.
1136, Atlanta Center's on a flying rate of service terminated, frequency change approved today. Frequency change approved by Delta 36, thanks for ATC.
And in case he doesn't have a flight. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's do it. I just don't want to overtake him. That's my fear. Because I'm doing 0.8. I'm pretty sure if he's an A320, he may be a 0.78. Even with the 3-minute hold that I did.
Arrow 52 ready to continue taxi, runway 29.
Hello, 52, runway 29, taxi Echo Golf.
Go for roll 52.
All right, folks, I am going to go get a cup of coffee, and then we'll come back and talk with the arrival brief. I just want to really be careful not to overtake you. He's at 37, so if we do, we should be okay. All right. Be right back.
Delta Flight 204 radio check. One clear.
Roll 52 is holding short of runway 29, ready for departure.
Roll 52, runway 29, clear for takeoff. The wind's 250 at 16, gust 25.
Runway 29, clear for takeoff, roll 52.
Indianapolis Center, Walker 2632, good afternoon.
Hopefully I didn't miss anything.
Walker 2632, Indy squawk 1076.
Did not.
Squawking 1076.
Okay, so let's get some toolkit up here, folks. Sorry I had to get a cup of coffee. All right, so there you see the first line we got to go over. I don't think we'll be
Indy Center, Walker 3586 with you.
get caught up here real quick. Our airspeed got a little fast. Again, I don't want to overshoot our lead aircraft there.
3432, Walker 3586.
Even though we had a 3-minute spacing.
Across Getty at or below, flight level 230. Descend and maintain 17,000. The Akron altimeter is 2969.
Okay, so we'll click navgraph. Actually, let's go D8us. And I'm going to go Albuquerque.
1928. Across Getty at or below, flight level 230. Descend and maintain 17,000.
2054.
2989.
States there's no time limit. About an hour old. So we're coming over the first line right now. All right, so we're looking at 170 at 8 gust 17. Now we start focusing a little on the weather. We're still legal. We're at 1,000 feet on a broken or overcast, then I want to start really getting my stuff up. Lightning distance. Oh yeah. CB's distance, yeah, they're moving their way.
You love me! You really love me!
Hawker 125 came out of the woodwork. Welcome, sir. Thank you for the resub. 25 months, folks, he's been with us. Thank you, sir, so much. Welcome aboard, and hope work is going well, or as well as can be.
Delta 1017, Indy, squawk 6351.
But according to the ATIS here, runway 10, runway 15 left, which we determined is the short runway.
Delta 1017. Walker 2632, ready to contact over Livingston.
Work is we love hearing that. Glad you're happy there, boss. You needed it. You needed it. Alright, let's get into NavGraph real quick here, folks. Let's talk the arrival. Okay, now we've got a couple of options here. We have an RNAV. I'm going to hold off to committing yet because with those storms moving in, I'm going to probably opt for the ILS, not the RNAV. Not that you can't fly the RNAV into the weather, but I'd like to have the ILS for the precision with the glide slope. But that's one feature you can do here. You can pull, let me show you it again. Cancel. Basically come down and click approaches.
Yeah, 992 Victor Tango, we're at Madison County Airport. We want to do some pattern work. We could be on frequency with you to get permission to taxi.
No, Madison County's uncontrolled, so just make your intentions known on 122.8.
Alright, roger, on 122.8.
Okay, and then you can see it fills it in for you, and then we'll turn in. Obviously, you can tell how this works. If we were to do the RNAV, it'd hook you in like this. And it sets us up for Cat 2, Cat 3 down here, if you didn't notice.
Mic check. On clear.
Okay, so from NUSMM to Keyman. Let's just look at it up here. We're going runways 10. Oh, this starts from Anthem right here. Okay, this dotted line, by the way, why it says not to scale, I am actually going to put it on the chart, but you won't see us until Anthem on the chart. So, NUSMM, Keyman, Biner, Lundy at 29,000, Kirby, Quiche, Bubby. You can see the different altitudes. Our next rock solid one is Rocked at 11,000 and then Stars at 4,000. 250 is our slowest speed, and that's at Rocket. We'll be slowing in here. Actually, I'm sorry, Stirps. Right here at 210. As we head out, and then we'll turn in on the ILS. Okay, it is an RNAV approach. Technically, this plane would not have been able to fly it. We are adjusting speeds here, folks. The airplane's dropped to about 0.78, which is good with us in trail. Turbojets only allowed. So you turboprops, stay away. No.
Catherine.
Alright, so column.
Roger, Delta 1017, direct to Catherine.
So for the ILS, here's our ATIS, here's our Potomac approach, which controls the area, the tower, and the ground. We're going to set 109.7, course of 105, at Jeans, 5 miles out, be at 1,500 feet on the glide slope. We're expecting MSL of 343 or AGL of 200 for our minimums. Okay, here is the ILS track we're doing and altitudes. from Jeans to the missed approach point, 1.3 miles out, it looks like. I think we'll be about 145, 140 there, so. And this is your glide. If you set this, folks, feet per minute, that'll be your 3-degree glide slope at 140 on your ground speed. Okay, there's your approach lights, ALSIF 2. Pappies should be on the right. You know, some airports that's not necessarily reflected. And our missed approach. Lastly, RVR of 18 or half mile or better. 200 AGL or better. If it's below, we go to this one. Cat 2, Cat 3.
Sorry, I stepped on you. If you look on the charts for Columbus, you'll see the jackets to arrival. That's how you spell it.
Thanks, roll 5T.
And we're about to fly over Columbus. Okay, we're getting a little fast again. So there you go, folks. There's our arrival.
Okay, you can do whatever you want. You're 7,000 feet separated, so speed your discretion.
Alright, I was just gonna let you know that. Thanks.
All right, and needed some Viper engines. We're doing pretty good here at 0.84. We're slowing her back down.
Indy Center will be right back.
All right, so we're slowing again. We'll kind of keep an eye better on it. The last thing we need to do, folks, speed. What is going to be our speed? That was great English, wasn't it? What is going to be our speed? Currently, 132 is our reference speed, 135 to 140. So our 140 guess is about right. So that's flaps 30 for the approach.
Indy Center will be right back.
I don't know who that was. Delta 4204 is Anderson ground required taxi VFR departure to the north.
We still need to
There's a
pull
couple
back.
different people talking there. I heard a VFR departure to the north. Who was that?
Wasn't me. I've already departed, folks.
Anderson ground, Diamond 267, Delta Charlie, request taxi VFR departure to the north.
Oh boy.
267 Delta Charlie, where are you located?
Pull back on the reins a little bit here, folks. She got away from me again.
267 is located at the Anderson Muni Darlington Airport on the GA ramp. Okay, November 267 Delta Charlie 0930, taxi via Alpha across runway 1A. Taxi via Alpha across runway 18, 267 Delta Charlie.
All right, we are getting close to pushing out.
Roll 052, you get it figured out. I see it's still looking like you're going just into oblivion.
Going to oblivion would describe it. Yeah, I just found it. Jackets 2 arrival. Roll 52, thanks.
Roll 052, thanks. Turn right direct to Jackets. You can descend and maintain for level 240.
That's good. Distance oblivion.
Direct Jackets.
I know that feeling from the last flight.
Now let's see if it's in my database. Roll 52.
Okay, we are just about ready to turn for NUSMM, I think. Let me make sure.
Heading of 050, look, roll 52.
Yeah, it's about where it is.
Okay, give me a couple minutes here to see if it's in my magic box.
Okay.
Just updated it this morning and having trouble locating it in there, but I'll keep trying.
We're going to go ahead and plan for the ILS. Anthem 3, NUSMM, ILS, enter, legs. Oh, guess what it just did, folks? This is what catches a lot of people. That should help us to give some space for him. Okay, what happened there? Let me explain that. Okay, this happens a lot out here where you'll hear people go, all of a sudden I'm turning back. That's why you should be ready to go to heading with the bugs set. So all you got to do is push the heading button here to get you back at least on track and then figure it out. What happened is when I selected the approach, we were direct NUSMM. So what it assumed is we're going back to APE and doing it again. So that's why I did the direct NUSMM up here.
2322, Cleveland's offline, radio service terminated, frequency change approved, do that.
Good day, 2322.
TWA 312, Cleveland's offline, radio service terminated, frequency change approved.
TWA 312 copies over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. Have a great night.
Roll 052, turn right heading.
All right. So that's what happens sometimes, folks. And I'm just going to do a quick leg check. It's always fun in the truck doing leg checks. You'd be shocked what we can see in those trucks. But anyway, I digress. So NUSMM, Keyman. Let me just back it up one page. 2 pages. NUSMM, Keyman, Biner, Lundy. Okay, Lundy, we got 29,000. Okay. Kirby, Quiche, Bubby, Seif, Eagle. Okay. Next page, Anthem, Rocket, Flag. Perfect. Stars at 4. Stripes at 4,210. Looks good. Vectors to column. All right. Okay, and then we'll hit Brave and out to hoist. All it should be at 4,000 feet. I love how it says unable 4000 at hoist. Why not? It's still got a vector to go before column. Oh well. They're fun sometimes, folks. Okay, progress. We're 100 miles from top of descent. And see how much we opened up with him. We're like right below him. Okay, we're over the next set of thunderstorms. And then another big line of storms to go through to get to Baltimore. Again, this would look awesome, folks, I think. In XP11, unfortunately. We're still waiting on FJS, otherwise known as FlyJSims. Would really love to know how this looks. Yeah, we're going to overtake. I don't think there's any way of preventing that. And we're going to put the seatbelt sign on. Okay, and again, we got to make 29,000. Monday. How far from 16? Okay. All right, so we're coming down from 33. All right, so that is not a bad descent. We can stay at minor and then make our drop from there. That's, yeah, plenty of time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are flying through some thunderstorms at this time. Seatbelt signs off for your safety. Please take your seats, fasten your seatbelts, and flight attendants, let's go ahead and wrap up service for your safety as well. Oh yeah, we overtook. But like the controller said, we do have 7,000 feet between us. Must be nice to operate up there in the low oxygen field. Okay, we're crossing NUSMM at this time. Let's go ahead, set our fun little radar gauges to 200. 100. Whoops, wrong. And but folks, welcome aboard T-Tail Monday. Hope y'all are enjoying the ride. Smash that follow button, folks, if you are. And that way you can see where we're headed next time. Tomorrow we're in Europe, just so you know. And if you do smash follow, you'll get an email to let you know that when we go live. Also, guys over on Twitch, or I'm sorry, YouTube, watching this as a replay, hey, if you'd hit that like button and subscribe, we'd love to have you aboard. We actually have almost 400 subscribers at this time, folks, and that is just monumental to me. Gonna get ready to start going through there and cleaning it up. By that I mean moving videos into better playlists so they make more sense and all, but really appreciate y'all over at YouTube. And if you're interested and miss a video, or we get into one of those where it produces a lot of videos because of internet connection issues, if you go to YouTube, and there's our page right there. And sure, love to have you. Hey, we'd love you to go ahead and smash subscribe if you're a Twitch user. Hey, you guys over at YouTube, if you'd like to be a part and watch this live and interact in the chat room and all of that, down below you'll get a link to Twitch. Take a look at our flight schedule. It'll let you know when we'll be live. But tomorrow will be a fun flight, so little bit of a little length to it. We're gonna go from Austria to the UK. That's all the teasing we're gonna do. So hope you all enjoy it. Ah, I hate when I do that. Hang on, let me hit clear. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set up for descent. 29,000. Whoa, went too far. And all you do, folks, click altitude select. Always make sure to do that. I always forget, and guess what happens? Flies right through it. Let's go down. All right, we're going to be at 29 by Biner, which is fine. And then we'll wait till Lundy to start our remainder of the descent in. All right, so now that we've started descent, let's go ahead and pull back a little bit on the burners here. Okay, let's look at our speeds one more time. Now we're down to 131. Let's make the adjustments. And everything else looks good. Target auto brakes. Let's head up top. Let's go medium. And cooling doors, as we get lower, we'll start opening. So again, hope the start to your work week is going well, folks, and you had a phenomenal weekend. I know I did on Saturday. Actually, you know, work yesterday wasn't too bad either. So, you know, there's not much to really even think about complaining other than the fact we had storms. But, you know, we have been having storms all the time. So, but, we had a great fair here in town, carnival if you want to call it that, and just a great weekend all in all. Plus we had a great flight with the A330 until we lined up for final and went to flaps 3, and then all heck broke loose, literally. So still do not know. I ended up flying that flight again, by the way, folks, to get credit for it, and to test some things out with Mac Air. And lo and behold, I did okay. But again, going to flaps 4, it began to settle again. So I really hope we get some kind of guidance on V speeds. I thought I was flying. I mean, I flew what the FMs or McDo told me. I think they may be off. So, but I can't confirm that, folks. I just don't know the A330 that much. So I'm going to take the A330 200 up. I have data I can put and check on that. See how that one does. That's though from Xworks. So it's just working with that aircraft. But check it out, folks, over at our YouTube channel. You can watch that. Enjoy that stream. Did the MD-11 a couple days prior to that. And we also flew to Kaitak as well a few days earlier with the 747-200. All right, we need to maintain 300 in this descent at our max. So we'll put the bug about here. Problem is, as we go down, all of this is now in flux. It doesn't hold that number. And then we'll get to a point where it probably won't get below 250. The speed bug. Kind of a pain in the, you know where, starts with a dairy and ends in the air. So we'll see here. But we're cruising along at 29,000, getting ready to start our next step down to 21,000, but as long as we get below 24, we're good. And then it's from there on down. 2 miles. We're going to go ahead, set it. Okay, and hit select. You see the yellow light there and there. Let's go ahead and set a descent up. Okay, there we go. And let's see how our speed's doing. Got a little bit away from us. That's about 300 there. Again, it's just visual, so you get an idea where the needle is and where it needs to be. Again, you're controlling it with the throttles, not the aircraft. Nor are we doing it with the pitch, because we'll blow it all. So, go ahead and set it for 280, because that's our next one. And it's going to be 300 by the time we get down anyway, so. All right, let's continue with our checklist, shall we? Okay, cooling doors. Let's go ahead and start in on those. I think everything's looking good. Get an idea where we are. Those of you that are from the area, just went over Cumberland, Martinsburg, and lost our other airplane. Where'd he go? Still, oh, he must be over us on the AVTAP. All right, folks, so we're descending. Let's see how we're already just holding with the Mach number. Okay, we've crossed Cubby. We need to be setting now for 15,000. And Bubby right here, folks. Bubby is 15,000 feet. We got just about... Really hard sometimes in this format. Let's see. 12. So we got about 24 miles to go. Got a nice pocket we're working through here, folks, as we continue. All right. Coming up on transition. Palmer is getting slammed. 2972. Okay, we're within it. Next one is 12,000. And by the time we get over to Anthem, we should be in the ballpark of 11,000 feet. Okay, I'm going to take a look here. Heck, okay. And then after Eagle, that would be good. Okay, one last look for movements. Still good. All right, folks, we're on our way to Anthem, which is 17 miles, I believe, just under. Just need to maintain 280, and then we'll slow to 250 if it'll let us. Oh. All right, let's go back here and get cools open. Okay, cool. Altimeters are set, packs are on, both on. Start switches as required. Okay, we're set up. Getting into some cloudiness. Nice thunder out there, folks. Alvin Leroy, welcome in as we're approaching hyperspace. So is our speed. No, we're in a nice thunderstorm, as you all can see there on Sim Toolkit. That's actually pretty good, folks. Welcome in, sir. I hope you had a great day. Man, got some pretty good thunder going on here. This is, like I said, I'd love to have flown this in 12. Come down to 11. All right, that's my cue, folks. Coming down to 11,000 for rocket as we get into the more intense part of this storm. Let's see how damaged the aircraft is. Let's find out. Nope. Yeah, it is. A lot of red. All right, so let's get on down here. All right, let's do the approach checklist. Okay, altimeters are set, 2972, pack set, and start switches as required. Getting her slowed down to 250. Next restriction puts us 6,000. All right, folks, we are through 9. Let's get the rest of the lights all on. Yep, buckle up, folks. All right, coming in, and we're going to be below 7, so I might set. All All right, folks, here we go. We are in the thick of these storms, and it's looking good. Except we're not really slow much. Let me go ahead and get our ILS frequency tuned up. 109, what is it, 7? Multiple 115. 15.1. Let's see how we're doing on this. Okay, I think we'll be able to make 4,000. This will be our lowest descent. We should have updated weather. $2,983. Okay, speed brakes off, getting some power. All right, we're at 210. All right, before landing, speed brakes will be armed, gear, flaps as we turn final. What I'm doing, folks, is getting set up so as soon as we post host, I can get it and then set up my ILS. One more turn. Okay, one and only check for ATC. Flaps 1. Okay, we're approximately 16 mile out. All right, folks, here we go. Baltimore traffic, TWA 312. We are on the ILS, runway 10, approximately 15 miles out. See if the glide slope catches. Okay. Use the landing gear to help us maintain speed. Let's check for speed. 30, so that's good. All right, we're looking for the runway, folks. I think I got the runway. I do. Easy, girl. Nice and bumpy. This is a bit of a challenge here, folks. We're going to call it as best we can stable.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That was fun, folks. That was... Even for a flight sim, that turned into fun. Always nice to use a 10,000-foot run. Baltimore traffic, TWA 312's off 10 at the end. Look at that wind, folks. Thankfully, right down the runway. All right, let's after landing, a couple of things need to happen right now. Yeah, I would really like to have flown that in XP11. All right, I think I have the parking chart. I do not. Okay. I think lightning's within 5, so I may have to wait out on the ramp. Although they seem to be driving just fine out there. Alright folks, we're just about in the gates here. Sorry I've been kind of away from the chat. Hopefully you understand by watching. We're going to well, we should be able to get a good replay on this. Hang on, we're going to go ahead and kill lights.
Baltimore traffic, Thurgood 2322 on a 15-mile final
Shot. I thought I was straight on. I didn't know I was on an angle. Parking brake set. Alright, let's finish this up because I got a few steps I need to do. Galley power I know needed to come off. Ground, okay. Where were we? Radar. Oh well. Just irradiated everyone inside. Hey, I think we got it all, folks. Alright, let's check status of our APU. And looks like the EPU gen died on us. Alright. That happens quite a bit to me, folks. Alright. So, while we keep one engine running, we'll get the carts hooked up. Always, always happens. And here's how you tell. Ooh, airframe maintenance too. Wow, look at all this stuff. All right. Okay, folks, I am just going over to my airline to see how I did. Okay, they put us at 468 on the feet per minute and safe landing, which I think it was. We bounced, but over. Thought I turned those off. Oh, okay. But overall, yeah, it wasn't a bad landing for the conditions. And I know you real pilots are going, we wouldn't have even gone in, dude. That's why I'm flying with Mike. I'm just teasing. You probably wouldn't want me up in the cockpit. All right, folks, so we got a good numbers there. Hang on. Close all those. And wish we could have watched him, but dang it, we were busy trying to get everything caught up in here. Let's go ahead and bring the jetway in for now. That way rampies can get in here and clean up the aircraft. Nasty, nasty day. Whew, what a ride. All right. The neat thing we can do here, folks, while we wait is, hang on, where is it? There it is. Bring Sim Toolkit back up here. They logged us at 520, which I'll take. That was a pretty hit. We got up here 520, so we'll just click. There's our flight. View details. So we flew just under 2 hours, 640 miles, burned about 6.2 on the kilos in fuel. Speed was 154. That's about 14. That's part of the hard landing right there. But let's get the full report. Woo, we didn't even make it to the threshold. Oh yeah, we did. Look how far over we were, and I knew that too, because man, we were all over that center line. 40 feet across. Boy, folks, that's dangerously close to runway lines.
1783, left downwind runway 10.
So, fun times, folks, fun times. Fun times indeed here. Here's your metrics if you want to look at them, folks.
Be advised, it's a bumpy ride in the last 5 miles for runway 10.
Roger, thank you.
He's being generous, too. All right, so there he is. As I call it, flag. I forget what the call sign actually is. 2322. Coming in next door to us. Wow. And now you see, folks, why pilots hold in this kind of weather. All right, let's do it. We're going to do a repeat or a rewind here. Go ahead and pull that jetway away.
We're trying to stop the 1783 turning left base, runway 10, Baltimore.
Boy, that is a wicked storm out there, folks. Very cool. Thanks for flying with us there. I forgot to get this view. Let's see. There we go. That's cool. FLG, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I see you a lot on here, and I always want to say that. Thank you, sir. Yes, we're going to do a replay. Just want to take a look at Southwest's approach, if you don't mind. Don't know how you can call downwind in this stuff. Co-pilot parked it. And the co-pilot landed. All right, I'm just waiting to see Southwest. If it's even possible to see Southwest.
Southwest 1783 turning final runway 10, Baltimore.
Good Lord, which way is he coming from? Oh yeah, he's got a little bit of a haul to get in here. Oh, and he did a nice little, what I would call shorty from Boston down to here. But folks, that, man, I wish we could have done that in 12. Ah, that would have been a blast. But I'm going to tell you, it was a blast in 11. We're just waiting on Southwest. I want to see what it looks like. Ah, folks, accidentally hit my button there. Sorry.
Baltimore traffic southwest 78310 mile final runway 10 Baltimore.
Hang on, folks. Hang on. See if I can't curtail them. Where'd my switch go? Oh, you're going to be telling me the people aren't going to see this. All right, we got about 25 seconds and they'll be out of commercial, and hopefully he'll be short final, and then we'll come offline and take a look. I do not know how to set this camera to where it's E. Not 100% sure where he's lined up to, folks. Oh, there it goes. This took Similware some time to line up. Like, where the heck?
Traffic southwest 783, short final runway 10 Baltimore.
Okay, I don't see him. There he is, folks. Woo. All right, see how he does. Let's zoom in. Pressure's on. Nice job. Nice job. All right, nice job indeed. All right, folks, we're going to be coming off FJS now, and we're going to go watch this from replay. Sorry for that. Thank you for that indulgence. And the good thing is that gets us out of the ads. All right, so here we go. We're all buttoned up, ready to go with... All right, let's see about where we are. I'm waiting till I see the runway. Oh, actually, you know what? Folks, we are normal time. You just see what this is like. See what it looks like this way. Technically missed approach. Wow. Yeah, we're definitely way over there. Wow. That is, folks, that's some good IFR territory here. Screenshot anyone? Fortunately, I don't have any wing views set up yet. All right, let's Wow, a lot with that. It doesn't help when you got crappy weather on top of it. According to this, that first touchdown was where I was supposed to be. Oh well. We're not going to argue with the scorekeeper. And the reason for a lot of runway being ate up, folks, was because of that long landing. Let's go a little closer. All right, folks. Well, we had some fun with TWA today, folks. Boy. And, wow. Love flying the T-tails, folks. We're in Baltimore now here for this. Tomorrow, we are in Europe. Again, you can check the schedule in the About, or if you're on YouTube, check us out over at Twitch under the About. The link to our Twitch page is there in the more info. All right, folks, that's going to be a whoops. Got to do it right here. There we go. That's a wrap for today, folks. Again, what a flight that might have been in XP11. But I'm going to tell you right now, XP11 really impressed the you-know-what out of me. So that was, if 11 was like that, oh my gosh, you can only imagine 12. All right, folks, can't wait for this to come over to 12. It'll be great when it does. Folks, you all have a great rest of your Monday night. Thank you for the resubscribe from Hawker. Sure appreciate you. 25 months with us. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Insook, 68. Thanks for the 100 bits cheer. Always, love it. Love the support. Folks, you all have a great day. God bless you all, and we're going to look for a stream here to head us off to. You know what, Eric? Well, we actually don't have anyone out there. I just realized. Don't see anything for them, so we're going to just call it a night and see you tomorrow. God bless.